Do you have my card?
No?
Do I get a card?
Oh, they're there.
I fucking handed them to you. I handed you yours before I handed Corey his. Bless my balls.
I think I'm gonna say something about Thea before I have Tyler introduce himself.
That's fine. If you feel like that'd be the more comfortable way to do it, then.
Yeah, just because I just want to get out of the way at the top instead of try to interrupt.
Good call.
Oh, whoops. Hey everyone! Welcome to Terminus and Friends. I'm Corey.
I'm Dylan.
And we're excited to have Tyler Klang with us, and we're going to be playing Dark Souls. But before we do that, I just want to say
It's not Dark Souls.
Oh, shoot.
Demon Souls.
Demon Souls.
The one before Dark Souls.
It's before the Bright Souls.
So I get for reading what's on the card. But before we get to any of that, I want to talk about. I want to let everyone know that we are on Thea, and last week was our first week on Thea, and this is our second week on Thea. So, if you're watching this live and you want to watch it again later, go to thea.network and look for Terminus Live, and watch us.
Oh, you died. That looks familiar.
It's great. We're excited to have them as a partner. So now back to our games. Tyler,
Dark Demons.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, I'm a producer for HowStuffWorks. We're a podcast company. We recently just transitioned into podcasts after being kind of a little bit more of a media company, but really focusing on podcasts these days. So yeah, I edit and record podcasts. I am working on helping to, create some pitches for some new shows. Yeah, I've been working in the video industry for 15 years or so, but most of that has been with HowStuffWorks. I've been there for about 11 years.
So were you there with? So that was around the time they, because he used to be owned by Discovery, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I joined just. The deal was signed, but we hadn't actually transitioned yet. So I was there right as that was happening.
Neat.
Yeah.
So what was it like doing all that with Discovery? That must have been really cool.
It was, it was definitely very different. Discovery had kind of a hands-off approach, which was good. But I like that we're now kind of with a company who's really kind of supporting us, funding some of the new projects that we're trying to do, and we have a little bit more direction, I feel like, these days. Discovery was almost such a big company that we kind of got lost in the shuffle of things.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, right now we're with OpenMail, and well, I'm sorry, System 1. They also went through rebrand.
So you mostly edited before you went to HowStuffWorks, or
Well, really everything, shooting and editing. We had
Shedditor?
Yeah, we had a very small.
Just turn off the
Sorry.
game.
Oh God, we had a, such a small team that
Corey wanted
really
to
did
change
it.
the channel.
I don't want to play this anymore.
Rage quit.
You were saying you had a
Yeah, we had like a pretty small team. It was like 5 people in the video department, so everybody kind of had to do everything. We were, recording podcasts and shooting video, editing. We did some live stream way back when with Ustream, I think was the company, way back in the day. So yeah, kind of had to learn a little bit of everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of? So have you always been kind of like that documentary genre, or did that really more kick off when you started with?
I was much more interested in like narrative short film stuff. A lot of the stuff we did early on was kind of in that a lot of drama, a little bit pretentious kind of category back in college. But then we really found our footing doing the company I worked with, Bright Elephant Films, which I founded with 3 other guys. Really found our footing in the music industry. Atlanta's got a great kind of music industry going on, and so we kind of teamed up with some performers early on and did a lot of really cool music videos, live performances, stuff like that. And yeah, that was really where I learned a lot of stuff, because you just kind of, you say you're going to do something, you show up, and you just figure out how to do it.
It's always that's the funny thing in production. It's never the same animal twice.
Yeah.
There's always something you haven't considered right around the corner that's going to sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Just
like a
this
demon.
Game.
So what is going on here? Because I don't even I've never really even played Dark Souls that much.
So yeah, Dark
Full
Souls
disclosure, I'm not even a real gamer.
is just a really interesting game.
You just help host a gaming show.
There's actually a stunt Korean behind the curtain that actually plays the controller for me. I just mime it.
So yeah, Demon Souls is a really interesting game. So it was developed by a developer. His name's Miyazaki. I'm pretty sure it's not obviously Hayao Miyazaki, but yeah, he really was influenced by kind of the old school games like Mario and stuff, where each level had a beginning and an end, and unless you get to the end, you start back over. So this game has a system in place where there are kind of checkpoints, and if you don't make those checkpoints, then you're just starting back at the beginning. It also had a really interesting multiplayer mode, because you would see ghosts of other players running around, and they would leave you messages on the floor, and
oh yeah,
wasn't that something they carried over into Dark Souls?
Yes, yeah, they did do that.
Bloodborne did that as well.
You would also find blood stains from where other players had died, and then you could see how they died, and it was really cool, because then you kind of know somewhat
see their
of
ghosts, where they messed up.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see traps or pitfalls and other cool stuff like that. So mostly single player, but a little interesting multiplayer element there.
Yeah, there was no direct. Well, at least in other games, there was a direct. You could challenge people, or either challenge people, or you could bring them into your world, do a co-op. At least in Bloodborne, you could do that.
Yeah, I don't remember if you can do that in. I know you can do that in Dark Souls. I don't remember if you can do that in this first one, but yeah, you can essentially invade other people's games as a ghost and really mess with their day, or help them. Usually,
Would you say this one's? But it looks like you're not having that much trouble with it. But would you say this one's as difficult as Dark Souls, or?
So I don't know. I guess it's actually been a while since I've played really any of them, as you can kind of tell. And this is the beginning of the game, so it's a little easier. But
I mean, you also have the rhythm down. If you, I think if you jump into it, it's hard.
I think if we pass the controller, I would probably die right away.
That's kind of what these games are famous for. Is you can get killed by a low-level character pretty easily.
Yeah, so I always like to tell the story that I had 2 controllers when I bought this game.
Uh-oh.
Now I have one controller, and if you can tell, this one controller is plugged in because it's no longer wireless, because the wireless broke on it. So yeah, this game has some rage moments. Because yeah, so you gather souls and you spend that on stuff, and there's no way to bank your souls. So if you're trying to save up for a big item and you're grinding souls, then eventually you're gonna mess up and lose all your souls and get a little cranky.
But you can. So if you die once,
Just like rent money.
you can recover it. That guy killed himself.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, if you die once, it leaves a blood stain in the spot where you died, and that's actually what I'm trying to do right now. You can actually see my blood stain right there.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to go get my souls back, if I don't die, which I think I should.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
But yeah, this game is notorious for the emotion it inspires in its players.
I mean,
And we're safe.
Yeah.
that's the one thing about like you can appreciate about a really hard game though is like when you beat it, you know you're good. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's that sense of
The accomplishment that comes from
We have our
playing
first
correctly.
question.
Oh man.
Find a ranged weapon and go fight the dragon on the bridge.
Oh.
Also, what shows does Tyler work on?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so right now I record and edit a show called CarStuff.
Ooh.
But I have probably anything that we've recorded, I've had my hand in at one point or another, because a lot of our shows have been running for the 10 or 11 years that I've been there. So yeah, most of my day-to-day is on CarStuff, but I'm also working pretty heavily on some of the new shows we have coming out, recording pitches and demos and things like that.
Anything you can share with us? Anything new that's coming out that you?
Yeah, so we just launched a new show called Movie Crush. It is a interview show about your favorite movies. So I need to go back up. It's hosted by Chuck Bryant, who's half of Stuff You Should Know, and he's gotten some really cool guests. Tig Notaro,
Oh, nice.
John Hodgman, one of the McElroy brothers from My Brother and Me.
Yeah, they did the Adventure Zone.
Yeah,
too.
exactly, yeah.
Good D&D podcast.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gotten some really cool guests, and they just talk about movies and their lives and that kind of stuff.
So are these audio only, or do you actually mix in video with them?
We originally started doing video podcasts way back in the day, but now it's pretty solidly on audio. The turnaround for audio is way better, and you can produce more shows that people are interested in. We still do some video pieces, like mostly trailers for our audio shows these days, but yeah, most of our work is all audio these days.
Audio's the part we always mess up.
Yeah, it's surprisingly hard.
Yeah, it's easy to...
You can't see it, so you don't know.
Yeah.
So are you a car guy? Or do you get into the car one? Or
No, I'm not much of a car person, but I've started to learn. Ben and Scott, the hosts of the show, are very knowledgeable, especially Scott having kind of started in the auto industry. So yeah, it's been a cool way to learn.
What kind of car do you drive, Tyler?
I drive a 2000 Toyota Corolla.
Ooh,
Nice.
good.
And
That's a very good year.
It is on its last legs. The mechanic that I have said that if I don't take it off the street, he's going to stop driving in the area. And it wobbles if you go over 55. It's time.
Oh, my old Cobalt did that. If you hit 55, it would just like you had to go a little bit faster, a little bit slower. Those little Japanese cars will run forever, though.
I mean, it's a 2000, so I've gotten some good life out of it.
Yeah,
for a very long time.
that's how many miles are on it?
Just under 200, I think.
Do you have like a favorite sports car or anything like that?
Not really.
Oh.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not much of a car person, really.
Well, bummer.
I've
I got all
some-
excited. I was like, "Oh, now we get to talk about cars."
Yeah.
There's a YouTube channel I really like called Regular Cars. It's gotten pretty popular over the past few years, but yeah,
That's how I decided on my Fit.
I
sent me
showed you the regular cars on the Fit. But
I don't know anything about cars either.
My brother owns a Fit.
I love my Fit so much.
they're pretty nice.
I have a 99 Toyota Camry. It's in sweet tan.
Oh, nice. I had a 98 Honda Civic before that, and it was about time to give it up by the time I actually traded it in.
I had a 2000 Saturn SL, and the crankshaft broke in half going down the road.
Oh, no.
So, like, it was weird. So, like, the crankshaft, for those who don't know, it's like the spinny part that comes out of the engine that goes to the wheels, pretty much. So,
It's a pretty major part.
Well, the interesting thing is when it broke, like the engine is still working, like it's still revving. So I'm pressing down the gas, but nothing is getting to the wheels, and I'm like going up this hill, and I'm just like, why aren't you? No, go forward.
Gudetama Mama says, sad trombone. I've seen that car.
Which car?
The Saturn SL or the Camry?
No,
Probably the Camry.
Probably my car and Tyler's
Oh,
car.
yeah.
A sneaking suspicion tells me that this might be someone by the name of Cat.
Maybe. Wait, what's the name?
Gudetama Mama. It's the little Sanrio sad egg guy.
Oh, okay. Yep, that sounds like Cat then.
So,
well, welcome, Cat and Jake.
In our extensive research about you, I saw that you did some work at the White House once upon a time.
Yeah. Every now and then we get to go travel, which is pretty cool. So we did a series of videos at the White House for stuff you missed in history class. They wanted to talk to I don't remember her name, but she was actually I don't remember her position. But anyway, we were talking about the
Let's just say Secretary of the Interior.
Yes, I think that
No one knows.
it's got to be accurate. Talk about the Declaration of Women's Rights that was around when they were, shopping the Bill of Rights. Of course, it was never formally passed or anything, but it was a cool document that they had lost, and then they found a bunch of information around it. So they were trying to put it back together piece by piece, which was really interesting. And so then when we were there, we talked to a couple of other people. But yeah, I got to stand at the press briefing podium and have my picture taken.
Oh man!
Was this during the Obama years or the
This
Trump
was
years?
during the Obama
Okay,
years.
so that was when it meant something.
Yeah.
Isn't it shut down now? Isn't that whole
What, the press
The White
room?
House?
yeah?
Oh, White
the
House.
whole isn't
Yeah.
it
So,
under condemned? No, all right. That's enough. That's enough politics. Any other cool locations you've?
Yeah, so we went to Goddard Space Flight Center during the same trip, because that's in D.C., and talked
been
about
there,
the James Webb Space Telescope, which was really cool. But yeah, that was awesome. That was the White House was really cool, but I think seeing James Webb live and in person
that is pretty cool.
was a bucket list type deal. It's gorgeous.
And who's James Webb?
So James Webb was a head of NASA earlier, and so this is the telescope that they're doing that is the successor to Hubble. It is a feat of engineering. It's actually, it all has to fold up so they can fit it in a rocket because it's giant.
Interesting.
So it's all these mirrors that have to unfold, and it has 36 different things that have to go right, otherwise bad stuff.
I still can't believe that Curiosity lander, the crazy lander with the crane and
Yeah.
But they did it.
I mean, I'm always incredibly impressed whenever I see the engineering coming out of NASA.
It's not like it's rocket science thing.
Tama Mama says, Tyler, tell us about your other work trips. They're all cool.
Yeah, what else you got?
Does she have a
All the work
specific
trips.
one?
The cool
Let's see,
ones.
where else have I
You
gone?
ever how about
Star Wars
anything
thing?
abroad?
Star
Oh
Wars,
yeah.
that's right. So we went to Star Wars Celebration, which was really cool. It's a
cool.
convention in, it moves around. It was in Anaheim, California, and then Florida, because they're owned by Disney. So then we got to go to Disney World afterwards, which was cool. So yeah, we did that.
Most magical place on earth.
Yeah, totally. What else did we do?
Did you do anything
Have to have
abroad?
Kat tell me all the cool things. No, we were almost going to go to Star Wars Celebration London, but that would have been cool. No, I haven't gone abroad for work.
I'm really
Went to
surprised you
New
didn't get a
York.
splinter from that.
Right. And let's see what he's got for sale.
What are you buying?
That's Gollum?
Grass. Buying grass.
Ooh, hey.
Is that anything like skooma?
Yeah.
Skooma.
In this game, you don't trip
Or,
out as much as just not die, which is very helpful.
What's skooma?
It's a
Skooma
drug
is
from Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Or I think it's I think it might be in all the Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
It's sold by Khajiits, mostly. Those drug-addled Khajiits.
Everybody knows cat people are on
Racism.
drugs.
Yeah, people. Is it like catnip? It's basically just...
It's more like heroin,
Oh, okay.
a little bit.
I think there's actually a quest in Oblivion where you get messed up on skooma, and then you go and kill a bunch of trolls, but then when you come back from your bender, it turns out you killed a bunch of people.
Oh,
It's kind of messed up.
Yeah, moon sugar is the equivalent, basically, of cocaine.
Okay.
Via the Elder Scrolls.
I love that universe.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten into that. I know if I do it, I will just lose like months of my time.
Say goodbye to years of your life.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough with...
You just played through Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
I did that. Yeah, there you go.
You can,
Skyrim sword.
Skyrim is one of those games that I will wander away from and then come back to and play all over again.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun picking it back up after years and like finding your character and like, where am I? Like, what was it? Because you'll be in like the middle of some dungeon somewhere and it's just like, what?
It's almost
There's Twimmer everywhere. I have no idea what's going on.
It's almost too much. Like whenever I play games, I kind of obsessively like try to get every item that I can, and you can't do that.
No,
it's too big.
Or Fallout. I had a hard time in Fallout curbing that.
But I do love those open world games, and like that more than anything else. Like that's what I start to crave after a while. I just need like a world to go explore.
I just got from the Steam sale. I just got Just Cause 3. Have you played any of these?
I know of Just Cause. I don't think I've ever actually played it.
It's a game that likes to just take a big shit on physics.
Yeah.
You have like infinite
kind of
parachutes and like a wingsuit with like a jetpack on it and like all sorts of crazy stuff.
Like my kind of game.
Seriously, I think that is why they call it Just Cause, because there's
Just
no
'cause.
explanation to the stuff that you do in it. Just cause.
Just cause.
Like there's like a wingsuit or something, and like it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
you have
super
a
fun to play.
grappling hook, but that
grappling hook is so unrealistic.
it's not really so much like an exploring game, but it's a fun sandbox. It's a fun open world sandbox.
Nice.
So, yeah. So what is the story? So what's the story here? Who is this guy with the shield?
So this
I know
is
these games have,
Ostrava
like-
of Boletaria. We're in Boletaria. I know that. The basic plot is like
This is his crib.
But he got caught by like 3 of the lowest level guys you could ever imagine, and he's like a big honking knight. I don't know what happened there.
If he's so great, why did they capture him?
I know, that's what I'm asking.
Because he's actually the image I pulled for the banner tonight, but I didn't know. I wasn't even 100% sure if he was from this game.
Yeah.
I'm glad he showed up.
Hey, he's...
So there's like a whole bunch of heroes. So this town got messed up by a big fog, a demon fog, and it steals your soul. And so you got to go get those souls back. And so you're that's why you're collecting all the souls.
Really poorly made chairs.
Can't walk through something? Just roll.
Roll right into it. I don't remember much more than that. I know there are a bunch of like other heroes that went in, and you'll meet them along the way. They're some of them have turned bad, and you have to fight them. Other ones will like aid you.
Isn't it all very Lovecraftian, like old gods and?
There's definitely It's have you ever seen Berserk?
No.
It's an anime.
No.
It took a lot from that. It's like giant demon-y things, but most everybody else is just kind of like humans that have gone, zombie-like or just weird. But yeah, they do have these giant, monstrosities that you have to fight.
Oh, so you're gonna beat the game tonight?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Speedrun. I wonder if there is. There's probably.
It's a speedrun for. I imagine literally any game.
I would wonder what the speedrun for this would be though. Like
Microsoft
days.
Excel speedrun.
What would you say, like, start to finish? How many hours?
I don't know. I mean, I think the game that I had played, I was looking back through my old saves, and some of my games were, or my biggest game was like, I think it was like 80 some hours, but I hadn't even finished it because it got way too hard, and I just ended up putting it down and playing actually Skyrim. But yeah.
Nice.
Deadpool for President said, Toto, what are you playing this on? PC?
This is a PlayStation 3. That sounds like Carl. My buddy Carl. Yeah. But yeah, this is definitely like one of the games that I've played the most in my lifetime.
You seem pretty adept at it. I haven't seen you die since we started. Knock on wood.
What was that one
That
time?
one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was
jumped
before we
into
started.
the middle of
Nah.
a bunch of dudes for no reason.
Leroy
So
Jenkins.
Here's what somebody earlier was talking about, a dragon.
Oh, snap.
Let's go see the dragon. So when I was checking out this game to make sure this was the one I wanted to play of the series, and I came out here and I was like, oh, I remember this dragon. I think you can sneak past.
Oh, there's two
I
of
took
them.
3 steps and he burned me to death. Let's see if I can not die. So like if you walk even just a little bit out here, he's like, oh, what's up? I'm gonna burn you.
Oh, he's a dragon.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
damn.
Okay.
Deadpool for
Crazy.
president says winner. So Carl.
Let's watch him roast the bridge.
That
Oh yeah, that is.
dragon's so lazy, he won't even get up.
Yeah, until.
His belly's full. He's got a cramp.
But I do want to. I'm gonna take all these guys out, dragon style.
Dragon style.
Is it gonna like...
Huh?
Come on, buddy.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
There he
There he
is.
is.
Oh, dip.
He gonna get you.
Oh, he
Wait.
didn't attack the bridge. I think because I ran away.
Ugh.
I gotta take out these first couple guys. Alright. Come on, drags.
Uh-oh.
But if he kills him, you don't get the XP.
Oh, I do.
Oh.
It all comes in one giant wave. It's awesome.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I ran right into that. Let's heal a little bit.
Dagron. Oh, he just yells at you. What? Oh, there he goes.
It's a dragon shout.
Yeah, there it goes.
I was about to say, does this dragon have a name?
Yeah, are they like
I don't
sentient
know.
dragons or are they just creatures?
I don't know the lore.
Uh-oh.
I
You
didn't
have
know
to-
like in the game if you ever sit down.
No, I don't ever remember. Damn.
Else.
So yeah, you have to like get across this bridge in one run. So you gotta time it.
That's a little gross.
And there's still a couple enemies back there.
You just action roll past them. You got this.
Leroy Jenkins.
For Frodo. Hey, there you go.
Get behind these dudes. All right.
Can you actually use that shield or is it just cosmetic?
You can. I just like the two-handed because it looks so cool.
Ah,
I think it does a little more damage when you're two-handed, but
of course, of course.
I hope so. Oh, snap.
Oh, he just went the
Not
whole
one of them.
complete other way.
Ugh.
yeah, he still goes the same front to
What a
back.
noob.
Come on, dragon.
He's no Alduin.
For reals.
No, I always liked Parthenax. He was my homeboy.
Oh yeah,
I'd just go up to the mountain and chat with him.
yeah. Yeah.
He'd tell me
The
about words
thoughtful
of power.
The thinking man's dragon.
Oh yeah.
Thinking man's dragon. I like it.
So speaking of challenges, what's the hardest challenge that you've encountered in the industry? How did you overcome that challenge?
That is a good question. I mean, probably most of the stuff that was the biggest challenge has been like, working at a place like HowStuffWorks that kind of will ask you to do very different things from day to day, where you just kind of have to jump in and figure it out.
Switch those hats out.
Yeah. Now, luckily, I work with some people who are really cool and will very talented, but also will really take the time to kind of help you learn stuff. So it's kind of you share information pretty readily. But yeah, that was it's probably one of the biggest things. I was not much of an audio person, and now I'm an audio producer.
Nice.
So yeah, you just kind of you pick it up and just make it work.
So what do y'all record to for your audio? Like, what do you mix? Y'all use Pro Tools or y'all just use Audition?
We use
or?
Audition. Yeah, we have a pretty sweet hardware setup. I don't know much about it because our engineer Noel, he just he's incredible with that kind of stuff. Oh damn! And there you go again.
Oh,
Yeah.
you died. That looks familiar.
But,
It does. I mean, like, if you just showed this to me, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, that's Dark Souls."
Yeah.
It does look. It's very similar. But
yeah, it really does. The biggest upgrade I think was between the way you heal. Instead of the moongrass, you have the Espis flask.
Mm-hmm. It's like
It like refills as opposed to being a pickup. You like rest at the fire.
So like it's
I like
more
the
limited
character
too,
animations.
right? The actual healing.
Yeah. Well, this one it's easier to like run out. The other one you can always refill, but you just have to make it to the next fire.
Right. Those crows,
Those some
souls.
big crows.
Just kind of hovering above the horse.
Oh yeah. So you started kind of shooting and editing, yeah?
Yeah, I was definitely most interested in like video specifically. I started shooting on the DVX way back when.
Oh, the good old DVX.
Oh, man, it was 480p of gorgeousness.
Oh man.
I mean, it really was. It had a very cinematic look at the time.
I cut a whole movie that was shot on a DVX.
Yeah.
That we ended up up-resing with like it was like some instant HD. I think Red Giant made it.
Okay.
Yeah. How did
It
that
worked.
look?
It worked okay. It couldn't fix the bad lighting and the lack of plot, but
But you didn't have enough plugins. Though.
yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't have
where's
enough.
the
I
plot
didn't get the
plugin?
Didn't get
Red
the Red
Giant plot plugin.
They call it the plot hole plugger.
So yeah, we started with the DVX, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but before the DSLR days, if you wanted the kind of like cinematic lens look, they had these things called I think they were just like camera lens adapters, but essentially it was a box that had spinning ground glass in it, and you put it in front of your camera and focused your camera lens to that, and then you could put lenses on it. It was
Oh, weird.
incredibly complex, but it gave you a really good, like depth of field, and you could get these really
It's like
nice
those
lenses.
iPhone lenses that people put on.
Yeah,
Oh, they just like
it was.
clamp it to the outside of their iPhone.
It made everything so ridiculously hard, but it did give you a really nice look. So, yeah, we did that for a long time.
I'm glad we're past that.
Yeah.
Oh man, remember logging and capturing?
Ugh, yeah, I'm so glad that it's just SD cards now.
Or my favorite, time code breaks.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh,
Whoa,
man, I
were you
that.
supposed to walk through that?
Yep. So
Yeah,
this is
the
the first
boss.
little boss fight. He's not too bad.
Oh god. Ooh.
Um,
Oh man, it's like a. Oh, like a phalanx.
Blob monster. Yeah, it's weird.
Just like 300.
I was thinking of that scene from Gladiator, but yeah.
I've actually never seen Gladiator.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
It's like the best
know.
action movie ever. It's actually
tell me.
kind of timeless to me. Like, I don't know. It says there's a lot about politics and people and society, and yeah, it's good. It's good. It's like it feels like Shakespeare mixed in with like some kind of like cheesy action movie. I don't know.
Turtle Top Q, aka Adam Scher,
Nice.
says, "Always strike your tapes, kids."
Yeah.
# no time code break.
yeah, I just threw out like 60 tapes I had at my house. And I was like, I'm going to keep these because one day I'll want them. And then I'm like, I don't have anywhere that'll actually accept these tapes.
We're moving on Friday, and I guarantee you we're gonna find a whole bunch of them. In our
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I would like painstakingly like label them with like time code about, what happened when, like in that little insert.
# this is only useful advice if you have a time machine.
Doesn't magnetic tape last longer than hard drives, or I guess it
think
depends on the quality of it.
It depends on the tape, I think.
Yeah.
Certainly
but-
if you use the hard drives, because
Yeah.
man, I go through those things way more often than I should.
I had one fail on me that had all of my college stuff on it, and I
Yeah.
didn't have it backed up, and I had room to back it up, but I didn't back it up.
Yeah.
So that's gone forever.
Adam said, "Go find a post house and get that shit ingested.
Yeah.
Digital
Yeah.
tape lasts longer. DLT backup is always the way to go."
We're getting an LTO drive at the office here, which is for archiving. It's rated for like 20, 30 years or something.
Nice.
Because we have all these CMF movies that need to be.
The demon was
we have them on a
destroyed.
server. Oh,
Speaking of Campus Movie Fest.
Did you do Campus Movie Fest back in the day?
We did Campus Movie Fest.
Oh, you should talk about that, because Terminus is...
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Strictly Campus Movie Fest, but there is an element.
Yeah, so back in, I want to say it was 2005 or 6. We did it 2 years in a row. And that was Bright Elephant, the company I started. That was like one of the first things we did together as a group. And we won... I think it was Audience Choice for Best Visual Effects one year for a short called Never Odd or Even, which is a palindrome, by the way.
What?
Yeah. It was a
nice,
very weird... Could put a link to that on. It's probably still on the website.
Yeah. I've pulled it up
was she
before.
the seer?
Yeah, I think so. We can kind of skip.
You can tell because she can't see.
But I'm engrossed in the plot.
In the story?
The seer in Vikings has that shit over his eyes.
Yeah, that's like a...
Oh, yeah.
They just started the 5th season of that, and I'm thrilled.
Is that good?
Chandler with a ponytail, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
Are you
Yeah,
watching?
we were all...
No, the
babies.
first image popped up.
Yeah.
It's 2007.
7, okay. Yeah, that was a weird short film. It was... So I had this idea for, let's do a short film where every cut is on the Fibonacci sequence.
Oh,
so
weird.
it was like
My
1 frame, 2 frames, 3 frames, 5 frames, 8 frames, 13 frames. So it like starts out really cutty and then it slows down. That was the idea. And then we had this thing where Chandler, our friend, was kind of like, he had this voiceover that was very like kind of silly and mundane, like going to work and like, I need a beer. And then our buddy Matt had a voiceover that was much more like philosophical and trying to understand the world. And some really cool ideas for shots in there, but it was just kind of a conglomeration of cool shots.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun.
Student
that.
art house
Yep.
film.
Yeah, exactly.
There was this great short my friend showed me in
Marcus
college.
Fired.
Yes. I'm actually in Marcus Fired for a very, very brief moment. I think I'm Mark, actually.
So you were GSU?
Yes.
That's my dad's alma mater.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's where all of us from Bright Elephant met up. And it's actually funny, everybody at Bright Elephant now works at HowStuffWorks.
Oh, nice.
Because there's 4 of us, and over the years we just kind of pulled each other into the HowStuffWorks thing, which is really cool.
So what years were you at Georgia State?
2000, I graduated in 02, so I guess, 02, 03 was my first year there, and then I graduated like yesterday, I think. I was on the long plan. I think I actually graduated in, 2008 or 9?
Okay.
By
Hey,
8.
I graduate college in 2 weeks, so, you know.
Yeah. I just didn't want to leave.
What's college?
And I also started working at HowStuffWorks, and so then I was like, well, there's not much reason for me to keep doing college.
For
but then
real.
I ended up doing it anyway.
So how did you get a job there so young then?
So Matt, my buddy, he just found an internship for HowStuffWorks on the listserv, the GSU listserv.
Yeah.
And he got a job there, and then they wanted to move him up to like a full position, and so then I took his internship spot.
Ah, okay.
And then and then we just kind of kept
The
pulling
rest,
everybody
they
else
say,
on.
is
Yeah.
history. Got those dark spears coming from the shadows.
I
That's so
know. They're
mean.
messing with me. I should
It's
probably
because
turn
you
that
don't
shit
even...
up.
Carl asks, question for the room. Which is your fave? Demon Souls, Dark Souls, or Bloodborne?
I've only ever actually played Bloodborne, so
I've
that
played
one, I guess.
none of them.
I've never played Bloodborne. I've only played Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 2.
It all feels pretty much the same.
It's
though.
a very similar. This one's got my nostalgic thing going. So that's why
You got your Pavlov.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like home.
Oh God.
That's how the first thing we streamed here was Majora's Mask, and it's that
nice,
same.
yeah.
That'll always be my favorite Zelda.
Never beat it. Came so close.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give that another round.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Next season.
Maybe all masks.
But you got the. I thought you got the.
We got the Gilded Sword.
Oh,
Didn't
the
get the
Gilded
first
Sword.
deity mask, but
Yeah.
I've gotten it on my cartridge,
least-
which is actually sitting right here. Has 2
Yeah.
files that have
the gold
both
cart.
have
Nice.
the fierce. Sorry,
Oh, you're
the
good.
fierce deity mask on it. Which, if the battery's still good on this thing,
Should be. Well. Oh, you don't have the hologram cover, or is that the hologram cover?
No. No, it's
I got the hologram
opaque.
I got the gold cart with the hologram like sticker on the front.
Well, we can't all be fancy like you, Corey.
Well, obviously not.
Harumph.
You elitists, you Nintendo elitist.
That was the first. Majora's Mask was the first game that I bought with my own money. I went in on it with my brother, and we got a player's guide with it. It was like some special deal.
I actually got my N64 after I got my PlayStation 2, so I was late to the game, but...
Yeah, PlayStation 2 was actually my first system. And that was
same
like
here.
in high school.
It was a solid... There were so many games for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was a computer gamer, mostly, up until high school.
PC Master Race.
I've always been a Nintendo guy. Just recently, like last year, I played through a bunch of Xbox 360 games, and that was me like catching up.
Yeah, we recently got the Switch, and that's been really fun.
Yeah, I love my Switch so
Yeah.
much. Nintendo, give me free stuff.
They're totally watching.
Yeah, Nintendo's watching right now.
All of
They're
Nintendo?
omnipresent.
Yep, all of Nintendo, even the ones that are reclusive now.
So is there a place like, so all these episodes of How Stuff Works, are they still on, are they online anywhere? Can people still look them up? If I wanted to go hear about Star Wars Fest?
Oh yeah, all that's on our YouTube channel.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all up there. There's some really good videos from we have an audio podcast called Food Stuff, and it's hosted by one of our video producers, and so she really got into the video thing. So we made some really cool videos for the Food Stuff show, where we went to go visit like a Old Fourth Ward distillery and see how they make their gin.
Ooh.
We got to go to where the Atlanta Fresh, where they make yogurt. Some other really cool places, like we got some marshmallows, Malvy marshmallows up and coming, and talk about all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we have some really cool videos on that channel as well.
I had no idea there was a marshmallow factory incoming. That's my hometown.
Oh yeah, that's where I live right now too. Yeah, and yeah, it's not a factory. It's a pretty small business, but they do like artisan marshmallows.
Oh, artisan marshmallows.
And they are.
So you wouldn't roast these over a campfire. These are like
Artisanal campfire.
Yeah, exactly.
Artisanal, yes.
Exactly.
I didn't know there was a gin distillery in Old Fourth Ward.
Yeah, well, they make. I think they just started making gin. They started with vodka because it's kind of an easier place to get started, and then.
It's just potatoes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because apparently I didn't know this, but the gin is actually starts out as essentially like a grain alcohol similar to vodka, and then they add the juniper and stuff in the later parts of the process. So,
Interesting.
yeah. Yeah.
You're
it's an
welcome.
interesting process.
Sorry.
What are you buying?
What are you
What are you selling? That's my eternal shopkeep from Resident. You ever played Resident Evil 4?
I've played some of the Resident Evil. I've played an undisclosed number of Resident Evil. I don't
4
know.
is kind of a departure in the series in that it's less horror and more just like action adventure.
Looking to protect yourself or
there's-
deal some damage?
But there's a shopkeep in there that
Gotcha.
for some is like a thing. But me and my friend were always like, "What are you buying? What are you selling?" And it was just a really funny voice.
Nice. Yeah, I've played. I don't know, man. My wife is actually a little bit more of a gamer than I am, so she got me introduced to it.
Should have had her on the show.
I know. I just mostly do straight up like high fantasy type RPG stuff.
Yeah.
Zelda, Breath of the Wild took my life away for a while.
How many hours did you put in on it?
I don't even know.
Cat every few years slips into WoW and
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
stops eating and sleeping and existing to the outside world.
I did like
Yeah.
the week trial of that, and I was like, I can't keep going with this.
I started to get into ESO, the Elder Scrolls Online, but
I tried to get Kat into that, and she's like, "No, you don't understand. I can't."
it's not WoW. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
just the fact that she wouldn't stop.
I still do that with like mobile games. I like go through mobile games.
Are you playing Animal Crossing?
We're friends on Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I need to get
It's
that.
so fun. It's not as good as I still think the GameCube one's my favorite.
I had the Wii one,
They're all
And
pretty much the same.
I was into the fishing. I think I got almost every fish. I even got the fossil fish. I think I got a couple of them. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, and that's Animal Crossing is a game that's like well before WoW, of just like wasting so much time.
It's just a shopping simulator.
Have you guys played
Pay off your mortgage
simulator
and buy furniture.
Capitalism, the game.
Have you guys played Stardew Valley?
I haven't, but I've heard good things.
I think
I
it's
had
supposed
my
to be
ex
kind of
played
similar.
that. I watched her play
My
that.
wife
but,
got me into that for a little while, and that's definitely in that realm of like,
I'll have to
what am
look
I even
into
doing?
it.
It's
like,
a lot of fun.
It's kind of 16-bit graphics.
Yeah.
It's more similar to Harvest Moon.
Oh,
if you ever
okay.
played that one.
No.
See, I have a 3-year-old Minecraft file that's a little ridiculous.
Oh man, yeah.
Cat
I
said
got hard into
in
that.
all caps, we don't have to talk about that. I have a problem.
Warcraft Anonymous.
I played the only MMO I really grinded a lot was Anarchy Online. Have you ever heard of that one?
Sounds familiar.
It was free to play for a while. Oh no, you're
Yeah.
dead!
Oh, so many arrows.
Arrows, and then those guys are really tough.
Boromir!
By the way, Kat, if you're listening,
Monumental.
you should start playing Animal Crossing and be my friend. Give me
I
kudos.
have so many like Japanese friends
Yep.
on Animal Crossing
Yep.
because people just show up in your game. You can just add friends. Oh man, we should stream Animal Crossing.
Is there a way we could get the
Court,
phone?
I will totally sit here and play Animal Crossing with you.
I should just bring in my GameCube and play like the old Animal Crossing.
man.
My friend Zach. You know Zach is really
I know
into
Zach.
it, and he got because in the original Animal Crossing you could get old Nintendo games within the game itself. And so he had like
Oh
old-
yeah,
like,
they got rid
yeah.
of that. They got rid of that when they added the virtual console.
Yeah, so he had like basically a whole arcade of like old NES.
They had like
games.
Excitebike and Mario One.
I think Legend of Zelda was on it. Like they had,
Oh damn!
they had like beefy games. It was all NES. I don't think there was anything
Yeah.
other than NES. Maybe Punch Out might have been in it.
Yeah, I
too.
remember that. Yeah, my buddy had the GameCube one.
Oh, Animal Crossing for GameCube is only $134 now on Amazon.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I have it
Those
still.
rarities.
I have the GameCube one still.
You're sitting on gold.
Right? Well, I also used to have the it was a it got stolen, and it's the only game that got stolen that I'm really pissed about. But it was something that came with I want to say it came with Twilight Princess, and it was Legend of Zelda, the NES version, the sequel on NES, Link's Adventure, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask all on one GameCube disc.
I remember that.
Oh, nice.
I remember that when
And-
it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, it got stolen, and I was so
That's
upset
pretty lame.
that's a great collection, and it was promotional, so it's not like
Yeah.
you just like find it again.
Adam said, I'm so glad I never got sucked into WoW. Old Star Wars DVDs and VHS are insanely expensive now. I had that Zelda collection.
Yeah. Wait, did you steal it?
I know, like what's really
Still have it.
aren't like the old the original cut of Star Wars is pretty hard to find. Yeah, like I've seen the despecialized version.
I love it. I actually really like the D-Specialized.
Yeah. Oh man,
And you yourself
Star
did a
Wars.
prequel cut.
I did do a prequel cut. I have
wow.
a 4-hour and 20-minute long prequel cut.
I wonder if we could release that, if we could put it on YouTube.
I have tried and it
Does it
got
get flagged?
immediately flagged. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure I don't want to try to
we don't
battle
do that.
Disney.
I've heard they're very forgiving of copyright.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't mind.
Especially at daycare centers.
Well, no. What I'm hoping is here's my dream. Here's my dream. My dream is that some Disney executive will watch my prequel cut, and then they'll hire me to go through the original unkeyed footage.
Right.
I could recolor correct it. I could give it some better backdrops and recut the whole thing for them. And then they got a whole other trilogy they can work with. Disney, call me.
That's all they're
You're
waiting
throwing
for.
away millions.
Just some
Topher
YouTube.
Grace doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, because it started because I watched a prequel cut and it was really unsatisfying. So I made one where I deliberately tried to cut 4 stories. So
Adam
slash rant.
talking about the Zelda collection said, I did steal it and I'm never giving it back.
No!
Said Tyler doesn't know it, but I'm stealing his Criterion collection just while he's playing this game.
Looks like
You died.
we've reached
In
the
the same
hard.
Adam,
spot,
you killed Toto.
There's a dragon, there's a tough guy in the arrows. It's too much. should probably just run past him and fight him on a different spot.
You get a better sword.
Yeah, I really do. I don't remember how the upgrading works in this game. Like, I
thought you were a pro.
I know, well.
Oh, these guys.
These assholes.
I'm just gonna,
what?
Run. Damn.
It would be so hard to run with spears going through.
That's my favorite way how to travel in most games.
Yeah.
Action roll.
Yep.
That's the fastest way in Zelda.
I always like doing the
Ocarina.
backflips. You ever you had to hold Z and A backwards, but
I would backflip off of like ledges.
especially with the bunny hood because you do them like super fast.
Our chat is getting ridiculous.
Oh, good.
Cat said the whole shelf, and Adam said that's what the gypsy predicted all those years ago.
Just
I'm not
like the
giving away my
gypsy
whole
woman
strategy on
said.
Twitch. Cat said, leave me all of the Wes Anderson, please.
Yeah, our DVD shelf is giant, and still there's like so much stuff stacked on top of it that you can't even it is reaching our ceiling in
I
one
think
stack.
I still have multiple DVDs of yours, actually.
Probably.
I know I have West Wing and Faulty Towers, maybe?
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe.
Faulty Towers.
Well,
That's a
I
great show.
definitely own that. I don't know if it's in my collection now or not, but yeah, it's bad. I mean, when you're a film student, you just kind of these things collect.
Adam said I don't need the Wes Anderson. I'm taking the Tarkovsky.
Oh shit! Not the Tarkovsky.
Tarkovsky. Yeah, and then now we're in an age where it's just like there's everything you want essentially streaming, so it's hard to still buy stuff, but I also can't get rid of all the old stuff I have because it's so pretty.
I'll sit down to try to watch a movie, and it's like I can't decide. There's too many.
Yeah.
I remember when we had VHSs as a kid, we would just watch the same movie over and over again, and now I can't stand it. It's like
It's a weird paradox in humans, and you have too
paradox
many
of
choices.
choice. Yeah. There was a whole book about that. I saw the guy interviewed on Jon Stewart or something.
I was gonna read it, but there's so many other books out there.
I know.
If I go to the Cheesecake Factory, I'll starve.
Would you say
That menu is insane.
is there a movie that you think influenced you a lot as a editor, as a shot editor? Or?
That is a good question. So I was, my buddy Casey really got me into kind of a lot more of the deeper art house movies. So Gus Van Sant was a huge influence on me with some of his the trilogy he did, Last Days, about the last days of Kurt Cobain. Jerry, about two guys who get lost in a desert, which is like a 3-hour movie with Matt Damon and Casey Affleck, where there's probably 5 minutes of dialogue.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's like a lot of them walking, but it's very compelling. It's strange and beautiful and interesting. And then there's a third one in that series I can't remember. Oh, Elephant, about the Columbine shooting.
Oh,
I did
I've
see
seen.
Elephant.
So that one I
Yeah.
saw, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
He did a lot
multiple-
of long, single take,
Yeah.
drawn out shot. I think Elephant's like 2 shots the whole movie or something.
No, it's not that. It's not that
Oh
much.
man, the wolves.
Yeah,
But it's
Lost
multiple.
Missiles.
It's from multiple people's point of view. It repeats events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually it's got a very unsatisfying ending. I thought though,
Yeah.
because it's
There's a movie that did that really well called 1114. Did you ever see that one?
no.
14. That
Not
sounds
familiar.
familiar.
I think it was 1114, but it was interesting because it was like that. It was the same 1114. Each
Oh, the
story
same-
ends at
yeah.
1114 a.m. or p.m. Is p.m.
Is it like a 9/11 thing?
No, well, there's a car. Well, that's not
Spoiler.
really a spoiler because it happens in the first scene. But as you learn more stories, the plot gets more and more complex, and then it finally all ties together quite nicely. So.
Gotcha.
That was a really good. I always kind of wanted to make one of those non-linear movies that was really clever like that, but I don't know.
Tarantino.
Well, the funny thing about Tarantino is Pulp Fiction is does anything tie up or resolve differently from learning the different stories? Or I guess Reservoir Dogs does, but Pulp Fiction is just non-linear, right? It's just vignettes, but within the same universe.
Yeah. Well, I guess it. Yeah, it does not there's new information that's revealed.
I'm sure there's someone on the internet that's well, no, actually, if you go back and watch the scene...
I'm sure he had it's not the flow is bad, because it's still...
No, of course.
It flows really well. But yeah. I have to go back and watch Pulp Fiction.
Damn.
Think about that.
Damn. What's your favorite Tarantino movie?
And why is it? Just kidding.
I think it's probably Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
I think that was like his most like accomplished kind of like adult. Not that he wasn't like an intelligent filmmaker, but that one just was well paced and really well designed, like structurally. And I love the revisionist history aspect of it. I just thought it was really, really well done.
I heard a great theory that Inglourious Bastards, the revisionist history, the fact that Hitler was killed in a movie theater, influenced the rest of the
It's all the same
world.
universe.
It's all the same universe.
Yeah.
So, like, the reason that the characters are
okay.
making all these pop
The
culture
extended
references
Tarantino universe.
is because they live in a world where Hitler was killed in a movie theater instead of a bunker, and so it's more of like culturally relevant that America did this single-handedly.
Right, yeah. Interesting. I had not heard that theory.
See, I recently rewatched The Hateful Eight.
Okay.
And that one I really like. And the more I watch it, the more I feel like there's some subtlety going on. Because, like, have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
All
It's
right.
I only saw it once in the theater.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
here's
saw it in
seen
the
it?
theater, yeah.
The movie, spoiler alert, cover your ears at home. The movie ends with, like, literally, like, a Confederate soldier and a Union soldier bleeding to death together. And it's like, he's trying to tell us something, and I'm not quite sure what it is. So I need to rewatch it and unpack it. But I really like that movie. I love the soundtrack.
We all
too.
bleed the same.
We all bleed the same, but that's no truer words. Except for predators. Their blood, they bleed glowing green?
Green.
Yeah.
But if it bleeds, you can kill it.
I think xenomorphs, they have the acid
blood. So xenomorphs and predators, but everybody
and
else.
unicorns. Unicorns have like the
Silver blood. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody but unicorns, predators.
Let's just say humans.
Humans. Well, also animals.
Humans and animals.
First.
Mammals at
Earth-
least.
Earth-
We can at least say mammals, because there may be
Mammals.
some weird colored insect blood.
I don't know about
or something.
Lizard blood is all red.
That's
right?
all. Yeah, I don't think there's any weird lizard blood.
I
And
don't know.
birds. But birds are basically dinosaurs.
So you got anything coming up soon on the docket? You kind of touched on that earlier, but anything you want to plug before we wrap it up?
Do you ever
sure.
get to do personal projects or anything? Or all work?
It's been a long time. I am working on a buddy of mine's short film, buddy named Paul Deckett. He's doing a short film currently titled In the City that has been really fun to work on. It's been a while since I've had like kind of an outside work project, so that's been really cool. Other than that, a couple of little things. We have a new podcast coming out in January called Atlanta Monster. It's based on the Atlanta child murders in the 70s and 80s. So it's like another true crime kind of thing. But that's been really fun. I've been able to work on that with them. And it's by the guys who did Up and Vanished. I don't know if you know that podcast. But that's been a lot of fun to work on. Everybody there has been really cool.
Is it bad that I was disappointed it wasn't about like movie monsters?
Movie monsters.
Or like puppets or something.
I also did a YouTube series called Monster Science, which is all about movie monsters and the science behind them.
Ooh.
But it's
like the science behind actually like doing them, or the science behind like
the theoretical science.
If a predator is real, this is how.
Kind of. So, like for instance, like the Jason episode, we talked about the fact that Jason hits a lot of copulating people and tries to kill them there.
Yeah.
And there have been studies of these bats that do something similar, where they wait till their insect prey are mating, and then they sneak up on them.
2 for 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So it's finding kind of real world corollaries to things that happen in monster movies.
Kat said, tell us about throwing that fake body off the bridge in Atlanta.
Oh, I actually can't talk about that. I asked about that because that was a really fun story.
The show Atlanta?
Yeah, no. Just in the city of Atlanta.
It wasn't fake.
Yeah. Maybe I can come back in a little bit and talk about that. But yeah, for now, that one I asked, and that story is under wraps for the moment.
You've all heard too much already.
The police.
Can you tell us off the air?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all we
get to
know.
Bye, internet.
All right, well,
Yeah, I think we want to wrap it up.
yeah. Remember, Terminus, June 15th to June 17th. Tickets are on sale. Submissions are live, so you got to film our game, submit it. We'll judge it. Maybe you'll win stuff. Maybe you won't. Remember, you can check us out at terminusevent.com. And remember to check us out at thea.network.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's a Tuesday.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.